Back with Bobby and JJ Radio. We still have Miss Summer Baburek. She's with pickledsa.com. We're picking her brain about pickling.
Yay.
Say that a couple times. So, since we never have a pickler,
Wow.
I just made that up, expert.
Title.
Let's talk about a couple of things. Because when I met you, again, at First Friday, you had some samples for me and my videographer, and I was blown away because I've had some other things like just vegetables that you would assume that you could pickle, like cauliflower before, and I saw that you had that. But you had different types of pickling for carrots, one that I was blown away by, and then a pickled grape.
Correct.
And I don't think anyone, I mean, I know for sure as a layman, I had no idea that you could pickle. What can you pickle? What can you not pickle?
So if you ask your grandma, you can pickle anything. Right. So pickling in and of itself is just a method of food preservation, and it's one that goes back a really long time. It goes back to when countries were sending navies across the seas to try to expand their empires and things like that. They had to figure out a way to keep food on board good so that their entire navy wasn't dying on the way to whatever territory they were headed to. So that's essentially where it came from. And all pickling means is taking any, they call it food stuffs. That's actually the correct term.
Sure.
So any food item and putting it into a brine that is acidified. So all that brine does is lower the pH or raise the acid of the food and makes it inhospitable for bad bacteria to inhabit that environment.
And so it will be more salty, but it's not going to kill you later.
That's exactly right. And dehydration is another one that a lot of people are familiar with, like your jerkies and things like that. And you can actually do that just in putting, for example, like in the Caribbean, they put fresh fish in a salt pack, and that dehydrates the fish and it preserves the fish and it keeps bad bacteria from getting in.
What is the weirdest thing you've ever seen pickled?
I make a beet pickled egg, excuse me. And
sounds delicious.
It's pretty good, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you have it for breakfast, or is it?
I do, because I'm not a huge breakfast fan. Like eggs, like scrambled eggs just aren't my thing. Like if it's not a breakfast taco, like I'm not really into it.
Sure.
But if I'm going to have breakfast, I'll have like a hard-boiled egg.
Yeah.
But a beet pickled hard-boiled egg is pretty legit.
So how did you, or when did you start geeking out about all this kind of stuff?
So I geek out about a lot of stuff initially. Like that's my first reaction. Like if I'm going to do something, I'm a researcher at heart, so I kind of want to just go all in and see what I can figure out about it, because it's really important to me that whatever I'm going to put out there, right? Like the whole reason I got started is I wanted something clean that we could all feel good about eating, right?
Sure.
So I'm going to totally geek out about this so that whatever I'm putting out there, anyone can feel good about putting it into their body and they're going to enjoy what they're eating as well. So I started geeking out immediately. Like, what is everyone's grandma talking about? Like, how do you do this? How do you do it well? And what are all the different things that you can do? Like watermelon rind, right? In the South, the South had a lot of oppression and a lot of deprivation over the years. And so we learned how to preserve almost everything. And so everybody's like, abuelita or their grandma was like, no, you can't eat the watermelon rind. Only the watermelon. Don't eat the rind. It'll make you sick. Well, she's wrong.
Yeah,
if
I knew
you pickle it.
I knew she was wrong.
You knew she was
My
wrong.
grandma's never been wrong.
Well, give her a pickled
Yeah, she said
watermelon
you're
rind.
perfect, so she's definitely.
So if you pickle it, then you can eat it.
Gotcha. Because you're taking anything out of there that
could be detrimental.
Gotcha.
Correct.
So talk about your product or some of the things that you are putting out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So we do custom orders. So like our pickled eggs are custom, our pickled watermelon rind are custom, but kind of our staples, we have 15 varieties that are staples that you'll see. We have 4 cucumber varieties. We have classic dill. We have bread and butter. We have sweet and spicy. And then we have a garlic dill. And then for our fruit varieties, we have balsamic pickled figs. We have our pickled grapes, which you talked about.
It's crazy.
We have our pickled watermelon rind. And then we have our jalapeno pickled peaches. And then other vegetables that we do a spicy cauliflower. We do a curried cauliflower. We do a spicy carrot, a regular dill carrot, and then a ginger pickled carrot.
The ginger pickled carrot is crazy, by the way. I know you're being humble, and I'm just going to bring this up now. You mentioned that you threw your hat in the ring in this local competition. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so HEB, all of us know HEB. If you're in the state of Texas, it's an amazing grocery store company.
For sure.
And they are generous enough to offer the opportunity for small business owners like me to try to participate and get a spot on their shelves. And so they host what's called the Quest for the Texas Best. And they accept applications from all over the state of Texas. The only caveat, it has to be something that you can consume. As a human, not a dog, because I have had those entries before. And then from that pool of applicants, they request samples from what they consider to be their semifinalists. And we applied this year, and we were lucky enough to have samples requested of us. So at this point, we know that we're a semifinalist.
How many are left?
So I know they started with over 850 applicants. And
Then
I
they
know
get down to 20, right?
Yeah, and then they whittle it down to 20 in the finalist. So I don't know what their number is of semifinalists, but I know we've made at least the first cut, which to me
So from
is
850, you're in the top 10 probably.
top 10% maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure what the number is, but we're just humbled to be a part of it.
And then if you do end up winning, then your product's going to be on the shelves from now on.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
And now people can go and buy your stuff, your
exactly
product.
at
there.
HEB. I'll go buy it.
Yeah,
I
I'll
mean,
go buy
at
it.
HEB.
I want some of those eggs.
But either way, you can check them out at Pickled SA, or again, they're on Facebook, Instagram, and everything. Thanks, Summer. We're going to take a quick break. Be right back with Bobby and JJ Radio.